Why the village fascination with mind transplantation? If we could choose the mind of our returned spy, we could break the security of any other nation. That's the explanation. Once again, stealing the accumulated wealth of others in the form of secrets is seen to be the unquestioned motivation. Objectively, isn't such a motive at least worth questioning? In a world of optional sufficiency, is it reasonable to continue thefts, the usefulness of which arises out of unavoidable scarcity? Knowing only the mind transfer method, the village tyrants want to capture the elderly feeble professor and learn his reversal technique. They transfer the prisoner's mind involuntarily into the body of a middle-aged, unimaginative colonel, hoping this unwelcome change of body will drive the prisoner to seek out the professor and thus lead them to him. The prisoner transmits an indirect message of affection to his fiancée, who seems to recognize him, although he is concealed in a strange body. She then gives him a photo receipt he requests. The essence of identity is in the mind, not the body. Then, on the basis of the receipt and his unchanged handwriting, the prisoner claims year-old photos and deciphers the location of the professor. Kindly Professor Seltzman, posing as a rural barber to avoid capture, doubts the prisoner's story and identity. The prisoner asks if the professor has kept his letter, and though in his own opinion it would be stupid to do so, the sentimental Seltzman has kept the letter, thus making it possible for the prisoner to identify himself by duplicating the handwriting. So it seems that the inventor of such a dangerous procedure hides in order to protect people to whom he is capable of being emotionally attached as anyone else. And similarly motivated, you know, Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite, had to devise a series of prizes, including one for peace, to help prevent its misuse. Seltzman, coerced by the village, agrees to attempt the dangerous reversal process alone. Henceforth, the scoundrels will be able to use the transfer and reversal process at will, as it and Seltzman will remain completely in their power. Seltzman transfers the prisoner back to his own body as planned and faints. The colonel hopes he has been of service and is allowed to leave. Professor Seltzman rouses long enough to whisper, "Tell number one I did my duty," and seemingly dies. Did the village get what it wanted? Luckily, scientific sagacity is compatible not only with sentimentality, but also with chicanery. Wouldn't the remark about telling number one I did my duty be more characteristic of the dutiful colonel than the sentimental but conscientious professor? And isn't it possible that inside the colonel's sturdy body, now out of the village, is the mind of Seltzman, safe in a younger and healthier home? While in Seltzman's withered corpse lies the dutiful and now dead mind of the colonel. Luckily, in this world of ambiguity, this interpretation is just as plausible. And frankly, I prefer it. So the upshot is that mind transference, like most things human, might be used for good or bad purposes. It could help lock people into unwanted body prisons or liberate them into better ones, but maybe at the expense of other people. Perhaps some of us might like to supplement our post-mortem donations of corneas or kidneys by offering our entire frame as a new abode for a mind with unfinished business. Or perhaps in an emergency someday, we would welcome such a donation ourselves. But how would we feel about that unfamiliar face in the mirror to be shaved in the morning? And how would our families feel about our bringing a stranger home to live with them after our departure? I guess, considering the alternative, but at least it's something that ought to be discussed before somebody perfects the method, no? So often, the advanced experimental psychological or biological scientist is depicted as a cold, cruel automaton or a brilliant madman, that it is a relief to me to have him shown as having some human warmth and other sensibilities. That makes him just like you and me. Wouldn't you say, Boley? Be seeing you.